talk UDFA grades for the Cowboys. Just like draft grades, we'll do it for the undrafted free agents as well. The Cowboys right now signing 9 of them. They'll probably do some minicamp invites. They'll have to get a quarterback in there to throw the ball around when they do that over the weekend. Coming up here. Look, undrafted free agents, there's no risk. There's no money involved. As far as I'm concerned, you can't give them lower than a B. It's too easy. There's no downside to it, even if the upside isn't nearly as high. So how many undrafted free agents do you think make the Cowboys roster this year? Is it 0? Up to 9, I guess, is the maximum. They've got a pretty good track record, but it is a smaller class this year because the roster spots, which they need more of, actually, are not quite available. Let's talk Cowboys undrafted free agents. Just the names in case you missed our video on this on Sunday afternoon. Traeshon, Holden, Josh Kelly, a pair of wide receivers, Oregon and Texas Tech, respectively. 2 tight ends, Rivaldo, Fairweather, Tyler Neville. 1 linebacker who's got some safety stuff in there, Justin Barron out of Syracuse. Bruce Harmon from Stephen F. Austin, Elijah Clark, Zion Childress, and Mike Smith Jr., all safeties, which makes sense because the Cowboys had 4 safeties, several of whom are simply not going to play in the preseason. So they needed just bodies. A couple of these guys are just going to solely end up being camp bodies, but gives them a real chance to make the practice squad because of the sheer lack of depth at this time. So again, I don't think you should ever go below a B when it comes to a UDFA class. The worst case is it's bad and nobody cares. Best case is it's great and you get the next, Dan Bailey, Miles Austin, Tony Romo. Shit, if you get 4 Terrence Steeles, you should be pretty pumped about that. Grade the even 1 Terrence Steele. Grade the Cowboys UDFA class, and then I'll go player by player. A, B, C, D, or F. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. We'll go by position. I'm going to start with Traeshon Holden, and I'll give this one an A. I don't think Holden ends up making the roster, but there's a lot of back end of the roster wide receivers right now that I think he can carve out a practice squad spot for. This was one of the top receivers I did not get to. There is an obvious connection here with new wide receivers coach Junior Adams. I think the size is appealing. It's 6'2", 205. He's not some type of freaky athlete. I think the separation is a bit of a concern, but he offers some good play strength and physicality. And I think being back with Junior Adams probably ends up being a good thing for him as well. Josh Kelly, the Texas Tech wide receiver, not to be confused with Joshua Kelly, the former Tennessee back, offers not as much size. He's a little bit lighter. He's just under 6'1", 186. Far better production, though. 1,000-plus yards for Texas Tech. I think he's pretty solid after the catch, doing some good stuff for some physicality, kind of plays above his weight class. The speed, which was very much backed by a 4.7 40, is a real red flag. But every year there's a wide receiver, a UDFA that becomes everyone's pet cat. So I would fully expect when we get through rookie minicamp, OTAs, early in camp, preseason, one of these guys probably flashes. Tight ends, first up, Rivaldo Fairweather. I'll give it an A-. I think he's the better of the 2 tight ends that the Cowboys picked up. Famous last words. Still kind of raw. Has some good length on him. I think he's, it's under 6'3.5", 242 with 34-inch arms. That's like a short, stocky, built tight end that maybe can almost kind of play some of that Princeton Fant H-back role stuff for you if you can develop him as a blocker. I think he needs some development there. I think he's a practice squad candidate. So I want honest answers here. Now, I bet there's a lot of Big 12 people here. I think there's probably some familiar with Josh Kelly and others. How many of these undrafted free agents had you heard of? 0 to 9. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Tyler Neville, the Virginia tight end who was at Harvard before this. Again, kind of a smaller build. He's 6'3", 239, not nearly as long as Fairweather is. Didn't put up the same level of production. Fairweather didn't do a lot of it either. Neither guy was overly involved. I think at Auburn, the quarterback play was really bad, so I think that kind of limited Fairweather a little bit. Better athlete, though. Fairweather was almost right on the nose as an average athlete at wide receiver. Neville is a little bit more above average based on his testing. Justin Barron, I'm very intrigued by. I'm going to give this one an A. He's kind of played, he was a receiver to start his career and bulked up. He's now just under 6'4" at 225. Doesn't have great length, just over 31 inches. Was kind of a receiver turned safety / box linebacker. The reason I'm actually very intrigued with this, I think I give him one of the top 2 chances to make the Cowboys roster, frankly. Maybe top 3. There's 2 safeties I think have a chance at it here. Justin Barron is a special team stud. 949 special team snaps. That type of thing is enough to get you that 53rd spot on the roster. He'll fight with guys like Buddy Johnson, maybe with Damone Clark too, I think is looking a bit dicey long-term at his roster spot, even for this year. Adding someone like Barron as a potential special teamer, I like doing that in the undrafted free agency process. Bruce Harmon, who I think probably got to work out at Dallas Day. Pretty sure he's a Dallas Day guy. He's from Rockwall, Texas, so he should have been. Probably had a good workout, tested super well, ran a 4.44 40-yard dash. Great level athlete there. 31-inch arms is less than the Cowboys typically like. Has done some inside-outside stuff. Maybe he fights with like Kamon Hall for the practice squad spot as like the backup nickel corner. Maybe that's his role for this team. Plus, maybe makes an impact on special teams. The Tyler Booker rookie jerseys, as well as other 2025 NFL draft gear, is available at chatsports.com/CowboysDraft. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description for you guys of today's show. Hats, the hoodies that are available this year, and, of course, the Tyler Booker rookie jersey. Other rookie jerseys should be coming in the not-too-distant future. So go get yours today. Again, links in the comments and the description. Chatsports.com/CowboysDraft. Of the 9 UDFAs, Elijah Clark was the one I did pre-draft notes for. Everyone else had to do stuff afterwards. This is a position flex guy. He's played almost equal reps of free safety, strong safety, and nickel corner. He is a solid athlete, not an elite athlete, but well above average here. There is some special teams value. 346, there's room for more there. Does miss too many tackles. I don't think the size and power are particularly great at safety. But I think being able to do a little bit of everything is beneficial to a team, is beneficial to a roster. I had a 7th/UDFA grade on him, so what you did, you signed him as a UDFA. I think these safeties in general, because you're not going to play Donovan Wilson, you're not going to play Malik Hooker, who knows how much, if any, you'll play of Wanye Thomas, Marquise Bell. These safety pickups are the names we'll be talking about a little bit more in the preseason, I suspect. So I gave Clark the A. I gave Zion Childress an A-. Clark offers more playmaking. And he had an interception this past year. He's got TFLs. He's got that stuff. Childress doesn't fully. And it's not like Clark has a bunch more playmaking ability. I think just a little bit more, a little bit higher on the pass breakups. Childress has only broken up 5 passes the past 2 years. Clark did that alone in his first season, or his last season, I should say, at Syracuse. He also struggles with missed tackles, but has more special teams snaps over the course of his career. So not as good as Clark, but, again, by no means bad. We will have you covered with all the latest Dallas Cowboys news and rumors and updates and draft and trades and free agency and all the other stuff in between. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. Last player is Mike Smith, the FCS All-American at Eastern Kentucky. Began his career at App State and then ended up here or at EKU and then goes to the Dallas Cowboys. I think he's a little bit stiff in the lower body, which does concern me. But he's also bigger. So this is a different style of safety. Clark is 188. Childress is 199. Smith is 209. So I bet he gets more box safety reps for this Cowboys team during the course of the 2025 preseason and training camp there. I think to an extent, think about it a little bit more, to an extent, some shades of Donovan Wilson of like he's bigger, but he plays downhill. I don't love him necessarily. Even though he played a lot of free safety, I wonder if he fits better as more of a strong safety or split safety, downhill type. So I think, again, these safeties are going to play a role for the Cowboys in the preseason. I think all 3 of them probably chumped in going, hey, if I impress, I can at least make a practice squad here.